Last time on the Cartographer, 00 got blown up, Dashie got blown up, then split screen happened. In this episode, both Dashie and 00 fall out of the ship, 00 gets lost in green, and Dashie toots his own horn.
I'm gonna blow my own horn. So... And I watched back, the Under the Cover of Night, just for that nostalgia again, and it was immediately cut short by you just getting flattened by a banshee halfway through the thing. The banshee just took your shins off.
The Covenant network is absolute chaos. From what I've been able to piece together,
my cat's coming here.
My cat's not allowed in my room.
When they found the flood,
You're vigorously rubbing yourself on absolutely everything in my office.
He's in
the
heat.
flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it. Covenant are terrified the flood will repair the ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the flood.
Sorted out a place where I'm moving out, like actually fully sorted it out.
I've got a good lock on Captain
So I've been moving out
CNI
later this year.
signal. He's alive, and
The
the
rent's
implants
good
are
as well,
intact.
but the area of the
There's
town
interference from
isn't
the
too good.
cruiser's
But
damaged reactor. I'll
That's
bring us
fine.
in as close as I can.
Compromises, my friend.
can you hear the normal Halo theme here? Like the monkey?
Clunk. Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. The coordinate data
Yeah,
needs
it's a
to be-
hybrid
Right.
piece that's
Sorry.
got like the normal Halo chant, but it's over the top of the sort of drum run, I think.
You know that drum beat's actually in Halo Reach as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Captain? Captain?
Mm.
I've lost him.
So we're back on the Truth and Reconciliation.
Yeah, yeah. This dreaded ship, we've returned. Last time we narrowly escaped the control room with our lives and our head. Very important we kept our head.
Yeah.
We escaped and took out 3 phase pulse generators before Cortana got a lock on Captain Keyes' CNI transponder and teleported us as close as she could to his location. And now we're going to find out the fate of the honest captain
Indeed.
and look at other details on the way as well, obviously, because that's what you're all here for. So we'll start off by people who didn't notice. You spawn over here, and
Upside
you
down.
literally, you spawn upside down, and you literally spawn outside the room where Keyes is. He's there. Don't have a plasma pistol, but you can actually just faintly make out where he is.
Poor Keys.
And if there was no wall here, I'd have a really clear shot on his head.
Mm.
But we want to talk about Team Cohen. I think the grunt's already been chased by. Well, people who aren't aware also, there's an active camouflage right there.
Oh.
That was great timing.
That was almost
And,
like we meant it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
This is definitely one of the more
Analyzing
eerie
damage.
levels of the game.
Yeah.
This hole was caused by some kind of explosive. Very powerful.
So you can actually get across there and skip quite a majority of the mission.
All I detected
You can,
are
yeah.
pools of-
We're not going to do that
Continue our
because
search somewhere else.
then we'd be skipping all the fun parts. But I'm going to give it a bloody good go. Nope.
Nope.
fucked it. Ah. Oh no, the map painting's getting closer.
Let's get out of here and find
People have
another
asked a
way
few
back to
times,
Origin.
like, what's pouring out onto the floor here? It's actually reactor coolant.
Yep. That's I used to think it was like flood ooze when I was younger. It's got that sort of green hue to it.
Yeah.
It's coming out of a massive infected ship. But reactor coolant makes a lot more sense. You know, you can't have a reactor without keeping it chilled out. Case in point being Chernobyl. You need to keep it chilled. This
Yes,
is
indeed.
the geometry for this area is actually quite interesting as well. Like we're in a small canyon.
Yeah.
Very conveniently placed small canyon underneath a Covenant ship. It's just an odd area in general.
Well, like I said, it's worth noting it is the Truth and Reconciliation, and obviously we know from earlier in the game that the ship was disabled by Cortana. So the ship obviously got to a point where it was, well, either partially repaired and tried to move and ended up here, or we are it's still in the same position, but we're in a different topographical area, because obviously the ship's quite a large vessel.
Yeah, for sure.
But then we're not too far from the gravity lift around here somewhere anyway.
Yeah, because we have to go up that soon.
Because we have to go back up the gravity lift. So, and we know that the gravity lift in the Truth and Reconciliation level, we know exactly where that was, topographically speaking. So, and the area that we go into does not, Jesus Christ, Flood, does not represent that original area at all.
We should head this way, towards the ship's gravity lift.
Yeah. So I mean,
So I'm guessing.
Cortana said. Oh, sorry. Go on. Go on.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that either the Flood or the Covenant managed to repair the ship significantly enough to get it at least partially mobile before the Flood infection sort of took over. Ugh!
I mean, when we last saw it, was it not disabled before we last saw it? Did Cortana not say?
Yeah, Cortana disabled it during her fight with the Pillar of Autumn above the Halo before the Pillar of Autumn crashed. So,
leakage rate is significant.
yeah,
Ship's
Truth and
reactor
Reconciliation
should
was
already
disabled
have
back
gone
then. So, I'm guessing the Covenant must have tried to make repairs, and I suppose nearly succeeded. Oh shit. And managed to, to move the... Ow.
See, I always thought of it as. I'd imagine the Flood probably did this. I mean, look at what they did to the containment facility in the swamp. Like that place was demolished, right? If it was disabled, it makes sense that considering it could hover. When we last saw it, considering it could hover then, it doesn't make sense that all of a sudden it would just magically fall over now.
Well, that's it, because it is actually you can see here in particular, it is physically rested on the ground.
Yeah. That and the fact it's on fire and there's gaping holes.
Yeah. So it's not that it's hovering; it's actually fallen and is resting on this canyon plateau area.
Yeah. So I personally believe the Flood probably. Hold on, Kobe.
And the Flood were trying to repair it again to actually get off of the Halo ring, and evidently got close enough to fully repairing it and making it space-worthy, because the ODST commander Antonio Silva plans to take the Truth and Reconciliation back to human-controlled space.
Yeah, I'd like to say personally, I think the Flood what have done the damage, or the fighting is what's done the damage.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the Flood's got access to human weapons, tanks, and such. So it's not entirely unthinkable that the Flood could have caused the damage to the ship as they could have done to a foreigner structure, which is arguably a lot more steady than the Covenant ship.
Yeah.
Given that they can do the damage to the foreigner structure, it's plausible that they did the damage to the ship, and that's why it's toppled over. But again, it can't be... What was that noise?
What noise?
Did you not hear that?
Oh, you mean the music?
Fucking hell, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I'll turn that down.
It's kind of a chorus hit. Just to unsettle you.
That's so much louder than my game.
That was particularly loud, to be fair, yeah.
Alright, well...
What do you think, a balancing issue, or...?
I think it's with the game. I've had issues when I've been going through my Legendary run, where the audio has just gone borderline silent, despite being set to 100 when I've been playing through on PC.
Okay.
Because I much prefer playing this game on PC. But consoles, a bit more relaxed, a bit more chilled out. Okay, there's not much to look at here. There is, however, a destroyed Banshee, and I think that's the only one that you see in the game. Just down there.
Energy shield. Can't get it.
But yeah, the Banshee over here. Are you drowning? Well, underwater at least.
Where is it? Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think that's the only one. Like, it's placed with the elite underneath it. So I don't think that's dynamic. Like, I think that's actually
No, because
placed
it would be
in one
movable.
minute.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah.
that's set feature effectively.
Yeah, it's also got like a massive scorch mark in the floor as well, actually. Okay, let's have a potter about. Let's see what we can find. See, here's the grav lift, actually, yeah. So the grav lift's working. A lot of coolant leak, though. A well-placed frag grenade ought to do the trick. Yeet! I missed. Let's go into Budge.
Oh, yeah, she's not in a good way.
Oh, there's the fade to purple,
We should be able to get into the ship's control room.
which
See, that worked in Anniversary Graphics that time, because in the Truth and Reconciliation that didn't happen.
yeah. So that's meant to, I assume, be sort of tying back to TNR. So it's worth noting the geometry of this map
Covenant
actually
battlement is
changes
a
and is
mess.
incorrect.
I can't access the ship's schematics. My records indicate that
How
the
so?
shuttle bay should be here.
Oh, 1 minute. So actually, the BSP is actually, if I remember correctly, I think it's reversed, as in the short bay is in the wrong place, and the what's it called? And the short bay is in the wrong place, and so is the little cargo area, where we have to open the door for the Marines.
See, I was under the impression, so judging by the ship, and the layout of the ship, I was under the impression that it was symmetrical on both sides of the ship. So there is actually 4 shuttle bays, and thus 4 rooms, cargo bays that feed into them. And obviously each of these 4 doors, the big ones, go to each of those 4 respective cargo bays, and then the cargo bays lead to the 4 respective shuttle bays.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but if you remember last time, we come this way and go down this one here. So this is the one where the Marines go down. Unless it's the other corner, which I don't think
Yeah.
it is, but the Marines
'Cause it
go
could-
down this one, I think.
Well, it could be, to be honest. I mean, there's not a lot of difference between...
I was saying that does make sense, though, because the short bay was in that direction last time.
And of course the
Because-
door up here now
yeah,
is locked.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I was thinking the short bay was over this way, and then... yeah, I thought the short bay was over here.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to look back. I suppose I could splice in the footage now, and then we'll be proved either wrong or right. But this obviously is a control panel, so that shouldn't, in theory, change sides of the room. That's the only thing that in this room that's not symmetrical.
Yeah.
So, whichever side this is on, if the way that we let the Marines through, which we're finding out probably right now, if the way we let the Marines through is this door and it goes that, we have to go up that way to get through. If that side is the same side that this control panel's on, then that makes sense. If it's not, then yeah, you're absolutely right. The layout of the ship is
Yeah.
different.
If it's not, then because there should be a door here.
Yeah, you should better go that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we would have just found out. I could actually. We could generally just have a quick look.
Do you want to do that then? Head into the main
yeah.
room so we don't get ambushed by these flood bubbles.
That's a good idea. Popcorn boys.
It's most of this fat. There you go. The fat one that was there.
I mean, you know, this is for our benefit now. I mean, the audience probably already know this because I've edited it in. But
Yeah.
let's have a look. So I've got the raw file here. There it is. Okay. So now we're a little too far along. Grab left room. Here we go. Let's have a look. You painting again?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So the doors that open. Yeah, the doors that open that let the hunters through, that then the marines go down, is this door.
Okay.
Because this control panel is on this side of the room.
Okay. There we go.
So
Okay,
that
another quick
explains
check though. Are these pillars on this side of the room?
Where?
There's a pillar here and a pillar over there. See these tall ones, but there's none on the other side.
Have a look. Have a look.
So I mean, those pillars could be a basis for
Yep,
it as
they are.
well. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Now we know.
So there you go. So yeah, it's in. It's not that the map has been altered or flipped in some way. It's that actually the room that you go in that let the marines through is that one, and to bypass you've got that corridor. And now we're back here. We're not going that way. We're going this way. So yeah. So the theory about this kind of ship having symmetry and having 4 shuttle bays, 4 cargo bays, and they're all fed from the central grav lift, then yeah, that tallies in quite nicely.
Okay, cool. There you go. That's then corrected then. This is where I got confused, you see, because this is...
Yeah.
Because this is...
Because it's symmetrical.
I know, I understand
Again.
it's symmetrical, but now this is... So the other one of these rooms is over there, but is it the exact same shape as this? If this was symmetrical, then this should be on the outside. That's what I'm saying. The platform we're on now should be on the other side if this was symmetrical. That's what confused me. Because then that implies when you go through that door down there, that implies when you go through there, you have to walk that way to get to the shuttle bay, or to get back to the loading area.
Yeah.
Which there's no doors leading over there. Oh shit. Do you see what I mean?
Shit, yeah.
Because
if that's the door, then in theory,
if that's
then
the door, we should just do the exact same route we did with that one over there.
Yeah.
That's
So
what confuses me.
Unless it's mirrored differently, where that where basically that door that we went through originally and that door over there are mirrored in the same way, and then these ones track a different route for some reason.
But
So
that's what I'm
because-
saying. Is like the implication is then that there's another one of these bays that we are in now
Yeah.
over the way I'm looking, like that way,
Mm.
which there can't be because there's only one grav lift on the ship.
Yeah, unless, like you say, this is the implication is that this corridor actually goes in here, immediately turns left, and then goes parallel to us over there. Then, yeah.
There's also 2 red floating globes here in Classic, and another one
So-
here actually.
So that would turn right. That would go that way. So it would now be there.
See, and there's the door where the Marines are coming down.
It's possible, but it just takes a different route, and this is like a different part of the mirroring of the ship. But yeah, I still see what you're saying. Yeah,
It's just a bit of a confusing moment.
yeah,
Wow, this shotgun's got insane range.
yeah. It's the auto sniper rifle.
Right, I'm gonna take the doorway that no one else really takes ever.
Oh, I forgot about all the flood that come through that doorway.
I think there might be 2 routes to get to where you're heading.
Yeah?
Oh, that door just opened.
Which one?
The one that the Marines are meant to come through. I think that was open, unless it was just
Yeah,
a
it was.
texture issue
Yeah,
on
no,
my
no,
end.
it was. Yeah, look. What? What? Can we get up there?
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
just this. Maybe just this room is the exact same, but the route that this goes is not. Yeah, because that leads back to the main door.
Right. If I stay here, if I stand here, no, because I'll be transported to you, won't I?
Yeah, so I go out
I
that.
was wondering if I stayed here and you backtracked to the grab lift room, would you
Uh,
end up on the other side of this door? Probably not.
Well, I can't get back up now. I don't think.
Could we revert?
Oh, hang on.
Can you get back up or not?
No, I don't think I can. No. But if the revert might bring us down here. So a difference here, right, is if we look at over here, usually I go in that door that's up there,
Yeah.
right, and then I come out this door down here. But this door's actually sloped downwards now,
Not upwards. Yeah.
unless it's downwards and then you go left and then up. But oh, definitely does not seem to be the case.
No, it goes down again.
Yeah. What's still here then? Oh, just mucus. Okay. So yeah, should we, do we have any history on the Truth and Reconciliation while we're on here? Anything that we've not covered yet?
I think we made a relatively good push at covering sort of the history of the Truth and Reconciliation in the level of the Truth and Reconciliation. Just trying to remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't think there's much more about it as a ship, at least. I think it's, yeah, as far as its first kind of appearance in game, it was, you know, in Halo CE. It was destroyed in Halo CE. It's obviously in the Flood, in the book The Flood, it had some additional history, you know, in regards to its destruction and its capture by humanity, and, you know, the other narrative with Melissa McKay and Jenkins, and obviously it was attached to the Fleet of Particular Justice, so it would have been at Reach as well. But aside from that, yeah, there's not a lot of other history I've known, at least to what I'm aware of. I've known about it.
I'm going to take all the paths we don't take.
Okay, I'm just gonna get a shotgun spree.
I regret taking all the paths we don't take. Okay, yeah, this just loops around, actually. Let's come back down this corridor again. Ah! Come with me if you want to live.
Looks like
Come
another
with me if
shuttle
you want to
bay.
drink.
Yeah, because see, we've come out on the other side now.
From the third level.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
But like I say, there are
Hilarious.
definitely 4 shuttle bays.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, like I say, the layouts of these earlier levels didn't always make a lot of sense anyway, so... Oh my god, did I just stick you? No, I didn't.
Nope, you
I thought
overshot me.
I threw a grenade and I just noticed as it left my hand, basically, that you were running towards the elites, and it was like, oh no. I don't know if I needed to be down here or not. I don't know if I just made a poor decision. See, now we look like we're a lot higher up than it was implied.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is this shuttle bay is... We're on the bottom floor here, but it appears we're way higher than that. Unless this side of the ship is hanging over the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, could be. I mean, it does look like, yeah, the land creeps up effectively towards this way. Yeah.
I mean, I can jump off and take a look if you really want.
No, it's alright. I'll figure a way back up to you. Hang on.
No, I mean, I'm right next to you. I mean, I can jump out the door and just go take a look.
Oh, go on.
Yes, we're on the edge of a cliff.
Okay.
Oh, we're not starting this shit again.
What?
I'm spectating you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Luckily, Halo C had a prevention thing for that.
I love that you can see now flood spores being fed through the ventilation system.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good little addition. Funnily enough, when you switch from Anniversary to Classic, the dust or the particles reset to a normal smoke before going green.
Yeah, I noticed that. Blood boys. Whoa! Hey!
With a shotgun?
Hey!
Oh, we weren't even meant to go that way. I could have just ignored that entire firefight and saved some bullets. I've run out of grunts. Okay. Let us move forth. There's a flood infection form down here somewhere. Oh well. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really cool. It's a good piece.
Yeet grenade! Ooh. Pop. Popcorn boys. Oh god.
Yay!
Off.
Oh, that grunt's gonna become infected.
Mm.
Not enough calcium. Can't happen. Oh, no, fuck that. You just kicked an infection form, by the way. You walked backwards and volleyed an infection form and it died. Okay.
Pew! What happened there?
Spirit dropship. With Grunt Ultras.
That's a really weird way for that to back out.
I wonder if those elites actually follow us. If we wait long enough, will they come up to us?
Where do they get dropped down?
They got dropped down bottom floor, and then went up the doorway that's directly underneath us. And seeing as how there's no flood actually in here, but blips on the radar, I'm inclined to say they just stay still underneath us.
Should we go down and kill them?
Yeah. It's a cartographer. Wouldn't be cartographer without stuff like that, would it?
Found them. They are not prepared for us.
Uh-oh. They're in fact very much prepared for us. Nice. I will take a plasma rifle if I can get my hands on one. You did that really, really well. Wait, so we...
Now we need to
Okay,
figure
this
out our
door's
way
a dead
back up.
end. Back out to the hangar. And then...
And then take a right.
Man, these doors seem useless, don't they?
I know what I'm going to do now. right? Because
What are you gonna do?
obviously we've done that, and now it's just a generic walk back up to where we were supposed to be going. So from here, I'm now going to cut in some Halo Reach elevator music and say we'll be right back. And when that cut is finished, we'll be at the top.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note of these, by the way.
Da 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 da.
You've got to make sure to
It'll be a
do
rope.
all the unnecessary turns like this.
Oh, well, look, we were followed up by one. Look.
One more sec.
Oh, it's good. Oh no, it was a blue one.
Yeah, but still, like, he must have been dropped off because there's no way you're going to go up here otherwise. This place is eerily quiet. I feel sorry for anyone who watches my screen when the music comes on earlier, by the way, because they're going to go deaf.
We've already blown through here.
Oh, that's right,
Still
yeah.
isn't the flood yet.
It'd be really good if you could hear, like, screams echo through, like, the corridors. That'd be really nice ambience.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say nice, but good ambience.
Yep.
Okay, so we're
And
meant to
then-
go that way, so let's not.
Yeah. So we cut here. So welcome back. Let's have a little look what's down here.
A massive heap of sod all. Actually.
Not even a skull.
No, not even a skull. The skull is in the... Oh no, the terminal's in the keys room.
Bastards. I got a birthday card for that boy. Ooh. The captain.
And for all you Spanish readers out there, El Capitan.
The captain, his vitals are fading.
And for you Americans, captain.
So is the reason Cortana is so concerned about the captain, is that just out of like friendship, or is it because of the sort of pre-existing relationship between Halsey and Keyes?
Because
Because she's a... Is it a result of that?
Yeah, it's a blowover. Yeah, effectively, it's a.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
so little bit of history. Obviously, people who don't know, smart AIs, generally speaking, are made by putting a donor brain of a recently deceased host through a form of it's basically like a kind of a brain scan, effectively, that then replicates the neural networks with. Am I being eaten by? Yeah. It replicates the neural network of the host's brain, but in circuitry, basically, and then they form the AI's core matrix from basically the brain of the donor. And there's some inevitable overlap of some like kind of dormant memories and this, that, and the other. It's not meant to happen, but it does. However, Cortana is the first smart AI that's ever been made of the living brain of a clone of Dr. Halsey. So she made clones that are specifically designed to fully occupy or to fully facilitate the normal cerebral growth, but to the deficit of the body growth. So the quote unquote cloned fetuses are underdeveloped and malformed because they're literally just being made that way to be harvested for their cerebral networks. So Cortana was made from the clone brain of Dr. Halsey, and Dr. Halsey used a new method of mapping the ionic densities throughout the brains, basically enabling a memory transfer. So she also transferred a lot of her memories to these cloned brains, so that the new AIs that are born of her brain effectively already know everything she already knows. They don't have to learn it themselves, so they're that much further ahead in the process of learning, so to speak. But as a consequence to that, Cortana has deep emotional connections to people that she otherwise hasn't had much of much of an interaction with, or can't explain why she has that connection. So, for example, when she was given the choice on what Spartan she wanted to be paired with, Cortana that is. Halsey gave her the choice, and Cortana decided to. She looked at a picture on the wall of Halsey's office and framed her fingers around the face of John, and said that while simultaneously accessing his service record and analysing his biomatch basically to her, his compatibility to her. She basically said to Halsey that he's attractive or handsome, something like that, in a brutish kind of way, or in a something like that, like a backhanded compliment. And then asked Halsey, "Don't you think, Doctor?" And Halsey responded by blushing, meaning that she does in fact find John attractive.
That's alarming.
Yeah, a little bit alarming. And as a consequence, then, yeah, the whole situation here where she has this overriding urge to protect Keyes. The reason being is because, for those who have completely missed it, Captain Keyes was present when John was acquired for the Spartan program alongside Dr. Halsey. Dr. Halsey and Keyes worked together for a time, or rather, Keyes worked for Dr. Halsey.
Right.
And during their time together, they developed a romantic relationship, and Halsey even conceived a child, who is Miranda Keyes from Halo 2.
Yeah.
So Miranda's father is Jacob Keyes, as we all already knew, because she took Keyes' last name. But her mother is, Dr. Halsey. So the desire to protect and to get to the captain and to help him is born of the love that Halsey had with Keyes.
Oh, right. Yeah,
In a roundabout way of saying it.
Yeah, makes a lot more sense. And that's also alluded to, not even alluded to, just actually, yeah, more so alluded to in Halo 5 Guardians with the opening cutscene, where you see Halsey put down her journal and also have a framed picture of Keyes. Miranda Keyes. I think I'm getting some weird audio static on my end, but it may just be me overlooking into it. I will have a listen back after the fact.
I can clean it up, but there's also like a weird kind of slithering, writhing sound because of the flood. So
no, I mean like I had actual static sounds, like
okay,
kind of stuff.
Loose connection?
Possibly. I'll clean it up in post and have it fixed. Pardon me, for next time.
Oh, good.
So, we're going to take a look at that awesomely gross thing. But before we do that, there is two things that I would like people to see. We have Keyes' pipe in a tentacle, just there. An ambush, oh my god.
Oh, yeah, ambush. Yeah, sorry. We need to clear these out first.
Jesus Christ.
Then we'll do our little look into stuff.
I'd like the flood to be in firefight.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
flood firefight. That would be like, yeah.
Someone's done a mod of Halo ODST, but you can have the flood in firefight. Someone's done a mod of that. I'll link you a video after the fact. After we've done this. But yeah, there's a pipe right there with Keyes'... Well, it's Keyes' pipe. I think it's also got the Marathon logo on it as well, like really small, but...
Yeah.
Could be wrong. And
Keyes wasn't actually a smoker, but he used to chew on it as a bit of an idiosyncrasy.
But he packs the tobacco, according to Joe Staten.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does.
I'm gonna stop falling off of there soon. Oh, hang on, terminal. Quickly before that,
terminal.
before we do anything else. Yeah, very good.
Man, that's a really cool terminal with that.
That one's messed up. That's when.
Oh, is that what we learned about
Keyes
shutting away all his memories and
process
stuff?
of infection? Yeah.
Yeah. So while we're here, let's take a Funnily
take
enough,
a sneaky little look at this. I mean,
take a look
in
at something
classic
that actually
graphics,
kicked off.
it's
a blob.
It's a blob. Yeah, it's not a lot to look at. But they added, creepily, they added details. So I didn't realise until we basically noticed that the quote-unquote feet of this thing aren't feet. They're the frickin' legs of somebody.
Yeah, and like I say, this is. If
I mean, it
I'm
doesn't look like
remembering
that in original.
correctly-
It does just look like a blob in original graphics, but you can actually see.
No, in
Yeah,
original, they're
shoes.
feet.
Huh?
In original, they're feet.
Yeah,
can
but
see
it's
the
not
legs.
immediately apparent.
No,
Yeah.
not immediately. No, yeah, but that's down to graphical fidelity. Yeah.
But here, you can, it's clear as day. That's the body. And then we got Keys, obviously, his unfortunate, situation. What I find gross about that is that, okay, so the command neural interface is very similar to the Spartan neural interface.
Right.
And it is actually, you can actually see it on the back of the head of
Hood.
Hood, yes. I already knew his name. I just burped and I didn't want to burp down the microphone, so I kind of
It's not stopped you
stifled
before, mate.
it. True. So, yeah, you can actually see it on the back. That's just like the surface terminal interface. The chip itself is actually implanted into the brain matter and is attached to the inner surface of the back of the skull, which means when Chief quote-unquote retrieves his neural lace, what Chief does, as we can see here, he has to punch through Keys' face, through his brain, and then scratch, effectively, the chip off of the back of his skull, back of the inside of his skull, and pull it free. Which is freaking gross.
Yeah, it's
and I
gross.
can't even begin to imagine what that must have felt like for the Chief.
I'll tell you exactly what it feels like. You know when you get a new phone, like a new £1,300 phone, and it's run by like a fucking half a penny sticker on the back of it? That's what it's like. So, for people who aren't aware, if I may be incorrect in saying this, so correct me, but this is actually, when me and you played through this just for getting through the level, this is where we came up with the idea of analysing this, right? Of analysing...
Yeah, this is
origin.
the exact location, where we thought up the idea of doing an entire series where we would go through the level and look at all this stuff in extraneous detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we started here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with that said, let's take a look at a few more gross details, because there is a lot going on with this, and it's one of the most disgusting things ever, and credit to the guys at whoever made this. Who was it that made? It wasn't 3-4. It was Saber Interactive.
Yeah.
Credit to those guys, because they did a fucking awesome job with the Proto Gravemind here.
Yeah.
So
you can see, obviously, we're fully aware of Keys. We're fully aware of another body here with, obviously, you can see the knees are bent here and the feet are at the back, and it's kind of absorbed into the bottom of the Gravemind, acting as a leg, I suppose, for this Proto Gravemind. On the other side, another body. Okay, so that's 3 people. However, there's a face there, so that's a 4th, which is kind of unsettling. There's another one up there, that's a 5th. There's another face up there, which is actually grimacing in pain by the looks of it.
Yep.
Oops.
I can get a good angle of that. You're saying cheese.
Cheese. Here we go. So, yeah. Grimacing in pain.
And we've got 2 more over here.
So 3, 4, 5, 6 people there, and then you've got, another one up there, 7. Another one here, 8.
Bit more difficult to see that last one.
Little bit more difficult, but you can see there's a nose and discernible eyes and mouth.
You can also see bits of spines everywhere. So, with the guys who are being used as feet, so to speak, well, not really, but who are just kind of hanging out, there's sort of spines in those areas. Like this guy's lying facing that way. That looks like his spine. Kind of, maybe a bit big for a spine.
Well, the Flood mutate the forms, don't they?
They do.
But then you got to look like around Keys' head. Looks like several spiny-like appendages. But then obviously you've got the main one that goes up the back there, which in itself looks like it could be
painful.
Another creature in and of itself. I mean, that's a big spine.
Are you on about that big one at the top?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not gonna sit here and blow my own horn, but I'm gonna blow my own horn. So
Okay.
when we when we spoke about this, it's not there in Classic, but the massive spine like that implies that a massive creature was infected with a spine and a ribcage that big. And my mind immediately went back to the E3 demo back when they had I can't remember what they were called. I think they were called something like wolf hogs or something like that. Back to the E3 demo in 99 or 2000, in which the Halo ring originally meant to have animals on it.
Yeah.
And it made me think of the animals that were on that. And that makes sense. We know Halo rings, Halo arrays have sort of natural, whatever counts for natural life on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and what I find unsettling is that there's obviously all of these bodies are at varying levels of assimilance, basically, into the flood. So, Keyes being the most immediate, his physical form is still mostly visible. He's been, mutated in small regards, but overall his body is in relatively good condition. Except
it's in relatively
his
good
tentacles.
nick. Yeah, Band-Aid, or sort of.
Yeah. Then you've got the two guys either side of him, which most of their upper bodies are indistinguishable from the flood form, but you can tell about their legs. Then you have these three faces on this side, which are still relatively clear cut. Probably the one at the top there is probably the most clear.
Correct. Yeah.
And then they actually it's like that one up there is clearer. This one's slightly less clear. This one's slightly less clear. And then you come around this way, and then you've got another face up here, which is relatively indistinct, which means
also
he's been
missing
in there
eyeballs.
Yeah. That means he's been in there a while. And then this one here, he's been in there a long time.
Yeah.
But even then, saying the term a long time, that's subjective. Because obviously the flood infection's only been released on the Halo ring for, at this point, a few days.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that Captain Keyes' top, his, I guess his top is untucked, like his shirt. And it's a small detail, but it really adds to the idea that he struggled.
Yeah.
Or was pulled in unnatural ways. You can also see, if you sit on this side, you can see these tendrils are actually going into his ribcage, and you can actually see his ribcage. If you come on the right and look in, you can see his ribcage there, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Which is grim. And you get the same on this side, which is going directly through his stomach. And you can see a bit of his ribcage around my crosshairs, though.
Yeah. So just human forms, there are... What do we count?
We count
3,
8.
6, 7, 8. 8 human bodies in this.
Yeah.
But that's not to
big
say
dog.
that some of these structures couldn't be members of the Covenant as well.
Yeah, that's right, because our first thought was that the big spine was Covenant related, and then we were like, that's way too big to be Covenant. Saying that, though, it could be an elite's spine to an extent, because if you look at the spine on this guy who's being used as a foot down here, that's way too big for a human spine.
Well, if you think elites are quite tall creatures, and they've got elongated necks as well.
That looks to turn into a tail, though.
Their spines are very long, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It does seem to turn into a tail. I think you're bang on the money. I think it's probably a form of the other life form on the ring that we just haven't seen because of the place we've been to.
Should we, and this is a wild idea, should we take a screenshot of this and see if we can get in touch with the guy who did that?
And see what you had in mind.
Yeah, I'd be
That's
very
a good
interested
idea.
to see that, yeah.
Yeah. If we do, what I'll do is I'll if we get some sort of contact back, I'll retroactively add that in now, basically.
Okay. Yeah, because we've got quite a big time difference between you guys viewing this. That's right, you thought it was live. You thought. But yeah, it's we're in the past. We hope the future is brighter wherever you are.
The future's bright. The future's orange.
Dude, orange is a good colour. Alright, should we scramble on and make our semi-great escape?
Why did you have to use the word scramble when we're looking at something that literally looks like a semblance of human scrambled egg?
It's like a... Oh Christ, those helium balloons. It's like a big helium balloon, yeah. I told not to bring helium balloons in the car.
Sorry, Keys. You're at peace now. Well, actually, no, he's not.
He's at pieces, but, you know.
He's not at peace. That's the problem. Even though we punched through his face,
he's conscious.
He's right. So at the very end of the terminal, you can hear his voice is strained, and he says, "You will not have me." And you can hear the flood voice kind of creeping into his voice, and then there's that final moment where the proto Gravemind's voice drills through and says, "We already do." At that exact moment, Keys' consciousness was fused with the proto Gravemind, which means even though we've now destroyed his brain, he's in there somewhere, still suffering.
I'd like to see, if the Flood make a return in the future, I'd like to see the Gravemind using psychological warfare. In that sense. He's got the thing of Keys. It would have been really interesting to see if he had anything to say to Chief.
Yeah.
Or to Cortana, or even Miranda, given that like it's about 10 minutes between Miranda getting folded and the Gravemind showing up in Halo 3.
Yeah.
Right, let's make our not so great escape.
Yeah, go on. I suppose the even more horrific thing about the Flood is that
back that way, don't we?
even knowing that the Truth and Reconciliation is going to go down and that proto Gravemind, I forgot about them. That proto Gravemind is going to be killed. The way that the Flood, do you think they're the elites that were following us?
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, that's cool. There you go. That makes sense. A couple of few grunts.
Yeah, the way the Flood operate means that even though that proto Gravemind is going to die, the reality is that the consciousness transfers, so that the Gravemind in the future, the Gravemind we meet in Halo 2, has the consciousness of Keys somewhere within himself.
That's why it's got like eternal knowledge. That's why it knows so much about the way the Halo arrays work.
Exactly. So it means that there is no ending of suffering as long as there's a single Flood spore in existence. There is no end to the suffering of the people within it, because every single time it comes back, their consciousness comes back with it.
Oh, the Banshees are open when they're flying in there.
Yeah, I just clocked that. Yeah, they are much more skilled pilots than we are.
Should we take the short way down?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, tell you what, we'll clear them out, and then we'll have a little look around just in case there's anything hidden.
Working on it. You got one coming around the front there. Let's go you. Okay, we're clear.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's just going to sit there, is it?
I think so.
So, is there anything on the ground floor that we need to look at? Lots of grenades. Lots of Spec Ops. Oh, hello. Lots of Spec Ops elites. Not Spec Ops.
Those bodies are still through here. They are. Yeah. Cool. I mean, it didn't reload the PSP. I just imagine for it to despawn them to save on memory.
Yeah. Nothing? No.
I don't think so.
We know that just comes through there. Let's go up and see if there's anything upstairs. If it allows.
I got red blip on the radar.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I'd imagine we have to go this way because it's the way it expects us to come down. Just to backtrack. Oh, nothing.
Nothing? Well, we could go up again, to be fair.
We just came from up there, but I mean... Oh! Down low.
What?
They must have spawned in.
More elites, yeah.
Yeah, stealth elites and grunt ultras. He wanged that credit at me, didn't he?
Let's have a little look. The grunt's gone.
Are you upstairs already?
Yeah. Well, nearly. There you go. Up here now. It's cool. Anything worth looking at? Doesn't seem to be. We came from that way, didn't we?
More enemies just spawned in, and these... Oh, you saved me, you saved me. They seem to do more damage. My shielding goes down really fast. That or they just stacked on the damage I took from falling.
Back here again.
Okay, let's head down. I feel like we're on easy, right? So... Oh god, I was playing in third person for a second then.
Weird. Oh yeah,
Right,
because you come out of there and they come through there, don't they? Yeah. Right, so is there anything further down here? Is this door open?
No, it is not. No.
Okay. Right, well I'd say then that we're pretty much... Let's clear these out again and then we'll go.
Oh.
Ow. Bath, Jesus.
Yeah, they do quite a bit of damage, don't they?
Jesus.
Should be clear. They keep coming out of this door here. Okay. Should we
Yeah.
It's boo boo.
It's rock and roll.
You didn't
There
escape,
again.
it was quite sad. Oh no, there you are. Oh, enemy back on the shade turret.
Sweet.
Sweet. And next time, watch as someone drives and someone doesn't. Okay, this cutscene we'll talk a bit more when we get back. Well, when we get back next week. People come with us. Be nice. Oh, it's such a lovely shot.
It is. We're getting pulled in by the drama of it all.
We really are, yeah. Don't blame us. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But not big enough to drive 3 kilometers inside of.
No.
Which
That's the.
Okay, we will talk about that next week.
Yep.
Tune in to witness Installation 00 having a hemorrhage.
Yeah.
Brain hemorrhage. And yeah.